I remember taking a class in 1978 with Eldridge, and it was a plate tectonics class.
He has fun at whatever he does.
And he's drawing the subduction zone.
A very welcoming person, made me feel very comfortable.
And then he draws the ocean.
Eldridge got me to look more at the big picture.
And then he draws a sailboat.
He's a philanthropist, and he's just a wonderful person.
And then he draws a shark.
It was a whole different way of learning, and Eldridge taught me about things I'd never even heard about.
It's like, where are you going with this? That was my most vivid memory of Eldridge, besides the field trips, which were so awesome.
So his impact on my career was to make me think more and better about the geology.
So I grew up in this environment here where arts and science were always together. And I realized when I left UC Davis that that was rare, and that Eldridge was a big influence on you can do other things too, and you can excel at other things, not just science.
That's really the kind of the crux of what made my father so interesting, is that he somehow thought we would be bored with all the geology terms, because and partly because he has such a tremendous wealth of knowledge of all sorts of other things to talk about that he thought we would find much more interesting.
But I cannot imagine anybody on planet Earth that I would have meshed better with than Eldridge, and I think he really brought out the best in me.
We're going on these weekly field trips on Saturdays, and we'd get out of the cars and you would run over to an outcrop or a road cut, and then everybody would run after you, and you'd just start talking as soon as you got to the road cut, and people had just got out their notebooks, start taking notes, and you'd take off to the next road cut and then start going, and people didn't know what you were looking at the first road cut. We were arguing about that. We'd run over the second road cut trying to catch up to you, and then you'd be taken off to the next outcrop, and then you go to the next outcrop. And then at the end of the day, you said, you have to turn in a report. And we'd say, report on what?
Here's some trivia notes. In all of his years, he was undefeated in that stairwell in the old physics geology building. He would race people up and, believe it or not, down the stairs. Nobody could touch him.
I love getting out in the mountains, tromping around rocks, going on field trips. And so he's one of my heroes, because you're one of my heroes, Eldridge, because there aren't very many people left who do that kind of thing and see the value in it, and you're really supportive of that.
I just think somebody who can be as brilliant as a scientist as Eldridge is, and also be so good at all these other things, is just something to aspire to.